Hello and welcome back to another video, and today I have Matteo Lapicalo over here with me, and he's going to be showing us his Swordsoul deck profile. Now, this deck has just been piloted throughout a tournament here at New Realm Games. Check them out, by the way. So at New Realm, we had a big tournament. He came second place with this deck, so very cool. Good on you. And without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's get right into the video. All right, Matteo, you take it from here.
Let's start with the main deck with the monsters. First, you run like the best card in the deck, 3 Ecclesia. This card overperformed today. It dodges imperm for a lot of scenarios, and it's also a tuner funny enough, so you can just normal summon it and make a She-Shell that way. Then we go 3 Moe. This card, obviously, it's the best Swordsoul monster. The only thing it loses to is imperm, but you don't really worry about that because it generates so much advantage. Then we have triple Longian. Again, this card is also super good. This one is the one that plays around imperm. Also, they all chain block your She-Shell in one way or another. And this card's sick in time, so
super cool question over here. With Moe or Longian, which effective comp do you think is better, the Brintel or the Drawn?
The Draw's better.
Okay.
If we were going into time, obviously this would be better.
Did that come up today?
Every single game I won too fast, so like we didn't even get to that point.
See that? Good deck building.
Then we run 2 Taya. There's no reason to run more than this, and there's no reason to run less. I think 2 is a perfect ratio. I opened it as much as I needed, and I didn't see it. Whenever I didn't see it, I was okay with not seeing it. So,
alright,
it's pretty sick. Now to the 10s. I run a little bit of a weird list. So I run triple Ashuna, double Fishuda, double Adhara. This is like probably a pretty standard list if you're playing the 10U build. But I run also more cards with it. I also run the DP engine.
Okay, so super quick here. The DP engine is a pretty controversial engine. So like, what do you have to say about this?
Okay, so basically the reason it's so controversial is because this card locks you out of summoning other than worms. But I found that having Fusion Destiny, even if you can't summon the turn with worms, this card is just absolutely so blowout. It won me so many games for absolutely free. And it also baits hand traps like no tomorrow. And obviously these 2 are just mandatory. This card is crazy. This card is also ridiculous in this deck. Having a free special summon for any of your Swordsoul is ridiculous.
Amazing.
Yep.
Oh, also super fast. What do you think of the water Tenyi? Because some people are running one copy of that card.
Yeah, so you only run the water Tenyi if you're running Heavenly. And I want to try out that list. I just don't have Heavenly.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we're not running it.
Alright.
Then we'll run the most unfair card in this deck.
Should it be banned? What do you think?
I think it should be banned. This card's so unfair. Every single time I summon this, it was an instant win the game. It instantly won me the game. It also controls the board so much because it's turn after turn, it can keep doing that effect.
Not to mention the fact that it can't be destroyed by card effects. So
yeah, so it's also sick with the trap card.
And against DP, it's pretty nice, yeah.
Super nice.
Alright, next up.
Then we have the hand traps. We run triple Ash, triple Chalice. I'm putting in the hand trap section.
Wait a second. Are these Italian ashes?
They are Italian.
That's very nice over there. Alright.
The triple Infirm. So let's break this down. Chalice is really good going second. It also is good going first because you just set it and you get a really nice interruption. Infirm's best hand trap this format. And Ash Blossom is just generically good that I feel like it's still a mandatory card to run. If you don't like Ash, you can just run Veiler. It effectively will do the same thing for you.
What do you think about running in Nibiru?
Nibiru, if you aren't running the Tenyis, like if you aren't running Ashuna, you can run Nibiru because it doesn't conflict with the Tenyis at all.
Alright, cool.
Like it won't conflict with the DP, and you can just pop your own stuff. So.
Amazing.
Then we have for the spells, like the triple Emergence. This card is so good today.
Your whole deck is a different language, right?
They are all mixed languages.
That's really cool.
This card, being able to make Yazi with this card is absolutely ridiculous. This card is so strong. And then we go double Cycle. This card I want to replace with Heavenly. I just didn't have Heavenly, so I ran Cycle. And to be honest, I personally wouldn't run this card going forward because it just didn't do enough. But
so you would cut it for 2 Heavenly? Or
I'd cut it for 2 Heavenly or 3 Heavenly, depending. I'd fix the ratios of the deck.
Okay. But it performed today, so that's good.
Yeah, if you just have these, I mean, like, they do fine. They're good hand trap bait too.
I see.
Blast the Trap. I run 2 of these. Most people run 1. And my theory for this is that opening this card is such a good win con against so many decks. And there's a lot of trap decks here. So this card effectively just shuts the game down for you.
And for everyone who doesn't know, our locals is basically Swordsoul, Outlook, and Combo. So, but a lot of Swordsoul and stuff like that. And Blackout is really good.
It's a lot of meta too.
It's a very meta heavy locals. So yeah.
Yeah, this card also with She-Shell, if you have to banish it to finish your combo with She-Shell's effect,
you still have an extra one.
You always have an extra one to
which is very nice, yeah.
It's super nice, and it's an easy side out as well.
Exactly. All right.
That's it for the main deck. 40 cards.
40 cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to change other than the vessel, right?
Yeah, the vessel's probably the only thing. Maybe I might try one blackout, but I think as it stands, I like 2 blackout a lot.
That's completely fair. All right, on to the extra deck.
Onto the extra deck, run 2 Shishao.
2
I never
Shishao.
summoned 2, but you know, it was really good. Every single time I summoned it, it provided its value, obviously.
Do you think Prosperity or something like that is worth it?
I tested with Prosperity. I don't personally like it that much because I think having your extra deck is an important resource of this deck. So
that's fair.
One Chen Yank. This card came up every single time. Obviously, used as Ashuna's effect. It's really good. It's also super good in the mirror because when they're using their own Tennies, you can always banish their monk off their field, and it basically renders their entire Tenny package completely useless. Then one Baron.
Crazy card.
This card, actually, to be fair, today didn't really come out too much.
Oh, really?
This card didn't really. Chen Yank came out more than Baron. And that's just because of Ashuna. This card just comes out way more. But Baron is obviously such a good card. Every single time it came out, it was really nice.
The going first board would consist of, you have 1 Shisha, 1 Baron, and 1 Trap, usually? Among other stuff?
There's a variation. So if you open Ashuna, it's these 2 with a Trap. Maybe if you don't open, depends how good your hand was.
Alright, yeah.
It's like, these 2 are pretty interchangeable depending on Trap.
Cool.
Also, another little thing we did with this today that was really sick is that we brought back our Phoenix Enforcer that was sent, so it could start triggering its effects again. It was super good. It was ridiculous.
All right.
Continuing on with the Synchros, we got 1 Crimson Blader. This one didn't come up, but in the mirror match, if you just punch with this, they lose the game. 1 Ruddy, again, didn't summon it, but
you have the space.
You have the space, and it's a really good card. 1 Draco. I summoned this once, and it won me the game. It's really good in top decking because most decks need their monster effects, and just banishing that monster usually ends their turn. Then 1 Dragite. This one never came out because I didn't play against a deck where I needed to summon this, but it is really nice to be there. Yazi, I summon this out almost every game.
Yazi's an amazing card.
Absolute powerhouse of a card. It basically just turned your Taya into a Moye in a second. And Moye, obviously, if you don't know, just generates so much advantage.
It's a very good card, yeah. All right.
Continuing, we got 1 Boxia, 1 Chaofeng. Chaofeng never came up. Boxia was really good in the trap deck, or against the trap deck. I shuffled 2 of their back row back in. I want to play second copy, but I just haven't really found the card to cut. And then for the links, 1 Shaman, 2 Monk.
I think that's really standard, right?
Yeah, this card was really overperformed today. It was really good.
All right.
And then last card is DP. Obviously, DP is
just incredible.
Such a good card. Fusion Destiny is so broken, and yeah, it is really sick. This deck has a lot of playability. It's really easy to play if you're just running the DP engine. If you run Tennies, it gets a little bit more complex, but for the most part, this deck is really simple to play. And super fun. Super fun.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you very much. And in case you guys want to see a quick look at the side deck, we have super fast over here. There we go, 2-second side deck. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smash that and comment down below what you guys think of the deck. Of course, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Mateo for being on the channel once again. He is a recurring face by now. You might remember him. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, guys. Peace.